Rob Brown here for Accounting Influencers. We are at Accountex 2023. It's day 2. I'm here with the legend that is Kevin Lord from Chaser. Hey, Kev.
Thanks very much. Very, very kind of you.
Now, you've moved to Chaser kind of recently, really. How's it been going?
Really, really well. I've moved from 9 years at Free Agent. This is my 9th Accountex, but my first one not being a Free Agent employee. So, not really good. Different angle, really, actually dealing with business owners rather than accountants. But really surprisingly, our number one demographic of users of Chaser is accountants. And it really blew me away yesterday that accountants were coming up to the stand, not to ask about Chaser for their clients, but Chaser for themselves. They are in such a bad situation of getting paid on time, and it really blew my brain. So really good chats, because I'm helping accountants with their business rather than trying to convince them to get their clients to use software. So it's really helping them improve their business. It's a real change,
And for people that don't know what Chaser do, credit control, tell us a little bit about the product.
So Chaser automates the credit control process, or the accounts receivable process. A manual process takes maybe 10 minutes to chase one invoice, and our stats show it takes 2.3 attempts to get that invoice paid. So it's actually not 10 minutes an invoice, it's half an hour an invoice. Now, using Chaser, that removes all of that manual effort and work and the awkwardness of chasing debt into roughly about 10 minutes a week. So 92% of the invoices that go through Chaser are paid, and that just reduces stress in business, because you've got money, you've got cash there, you're not borrowing, you've not got overdraft, so it's a financial cost, and it's a real issue in the industry. You know, Xero's CEO is talking all the time about late payments in the UK. It's a topic that we just don't address, and it's a real pain point to our customers.
And in your career, you've got a lot of experience with small business. You know what they're like. Small amounts of money owed can be life-changing, can't it? It's the difference between succeeding and failing.
Exactly. You know, at Free Agent, we work with micro businesses, and not getting an invoice and paid on time might mean that they can't pay a mortgage, or they can't, you know, take the kids to whatever. And it's that mental well-being that it is so stressful to these people that, you know, can't sleep at night. I actually had an accountant speak to me yesterday saying he could not sleep the night before because he had £110,000 of late debt, and he didn't know about us. And he went, so it's the mental impact that this is making on small business owners and accountants, because it's stressful not knowing where your money's coming.
And we sometimes don't see accountants as small businesses themselves, but they're exactly the same as the SMEs that they serve in that respect.
Yeah, classic. The software guys were talking last night, classic cobbler shoes analogy. You know, they're so busy servicing their customers that they don't service their own business properly, and they take their eye off the ball. And also, it's that mindset mentality of not wanting to have difficult conversations with their clients, or not feeling equipped to have difficult conversations. Hey, you owe me money, or hey, I've done that work for you.
And they're so relationship-based.
They're so relationship-based, they're scared of losing that client. And in actual fact, you're not a charity, you're a business, and you should be rewarded and you should be paid for the work that you're doing. But actually, not only are you not getting paid, it's costing you money, because you're having to borrow, or you're having to spend half an hour chasing that invoice, and that's, you know, not only you're not getting paid for work, it's costing you money to do that work.
We just interviewed your CEO, Sonia Dore, and she was talking about the state of Chaser at the moment, a period of consolidation that's happened. There's a lot going on out there in the economy and the whole fintech software space. You've stepped into Chaser and making it more commercially focused. Would that be fair? Tell us a little bit about the state of the game.
Yeah, commercially focused is probably right. It's a competitive environment out there, and you know, events like this is just wonderful. You see all the people, but I would say that since I've joined, we've had a real change in just trying to flog software, or just hoping that someone will land on our website and sign up to Chaser. Actually, pick up the phone and talk to them about their main pain points, and it's not just I just said this to an accountant earlier. They usually come to us with a problem, and that problem is my DSO days are 60 or 90, or I'm due £250,000. Now, we'll fix that problem, but the solution is don't let it get like that again.
It's more strategic,
and that's, you know, think about it more long term, and the only way you can do that is to build good relationships, make sure that my staff are well trained and they understand businesses and how business people talk and what their motivations are.
Yeah.
And actually, the software just takes care of itself. And with that comes revenue success, because you're building long-term relationships. Software, SaaS software, you don't make a profit until maybe month 7 or 8, because the costs are so low to buy software. Yeah. So the only way you get that profit is long-term relationships. And so it was changing that mindset of, we're not just selling individual licenses here.
Not transactional.
We're not transactional. What we're doing is we are solving a real pain point for our customers. Let's make sure that they don't get back into that. And the only way you can do that is by asking questions, building relationships, speaking to people.
Kevin, it's always great talking to you. What excites you most about the journey for Chaser over the next few years?
I think, sadly, as you mentioned, the state of the economy is...
Tough times.
Tough times.
And they'll need you.
I was at an event the night before Accountex, and Philip Hammond was the speaker, the old Chancellor, and he made a great point, the economy, Brexit, actually the cost of money is expensive. So cash is king, as the old saying. It has never been more relevant now. So in these difficult times, businesses are cutting their cloth. Perhaps they don't have the staff to make those phone calls or chase those outstanding invoices. Perhaps it's someone really senior, a CEO's having to do it, and again, they're not running their business, they're phoning people chasing money. So we're filling a real gap in the market. The opportunity is endless for us at the minute.
That's fulfilling, rewarding for you.
Absolutely. But again, it just all goes down to relationships for me.
Well, Kevin Lord of Chase, it's been great talking to you.
Thank you, Rob, as always. Thank you.